Welcome, everybody, to the OU Credit Union Arena for tonight's women's basketball matchup between the Oakland Golden Grizzlies and the Miami of Ohio RedHawks as they come to town to face off on the blacktop. This will be the final non-conference game for the regular season for the Golden Grizzlies, and it'll be one against another MAC foe. Last Sunday, we saw the Golden Grizzlies face off against the Toledo Rockets in a disappointing game for the Golden Grizzlies, of which there were 64 free throws shot. Gotta imagine that one was a lot of fun. I'm Giovanni Moceri, flying solo for you guys tonight to give you the story of the Golden Grizzlies and the RedHawks. Thank you for listening to WXOU Sports, 88.3 FM, Auburn Hills, Michigan, Oakland University, and all the wonderful station identification features. The Golden Grizzlies come into tonight 4-5 on the season, and the RedHawks come in 1-7. In their last game, as mentioned, Oakland fell to the Rockets of Toledo, 65-78, in a very free throw heavy matchup. Meanwhile, the RedHawks are coming into this game with a 4-game losing streak, and they have not won a game since an overtime matchup between them at home against the Xavier Musketeers. It was the first win of the season, and sadly the only win of the season. So the Miami, Ohio RedHawks come into the arena hungry to snap that 4-game losing streak against our Golden Grizzlies. A little bit more about Miami, Ohio. Head coach Glenn Box brought in 8 new players to the roster for the 2023-2024 campaign. That including 4 transfers and 4 freshmen, 1 from Spain and 2 from Canada. Some of those transfers include the twins from Cincinnati, the former Bearcats, Jaden and Jada Scott, 4-year letter winners with the Bearcats. This duo comes in playing 194 games at UC. Jaden Scott is the number 1 scorer for the RedHawks, averaging 13.6 points per game, and while the sister Jada is 5th on the team in scoring. So it's a dynamic duo to bring over from Cincinnati to Miami. And they'll face off on the blacktop tonight. For the starting lineups, the Golden Grizzlies will be going business as usual. Starting Linda Van Schaik, Brooke Quarles-Daniels, Markiah McCormick, Alexis Johnson, and Miriam Ibizum. Meanwhile, the RedHawks will start number 4, LaKersha Edwards, number 10, Jaden Scott, number 15, Amber Treader, number 17, Noria Hurho, and number 24, Maddie Hung. Noria Hurho, if you couldn't tell by the colorfulness and ethnicity of the name, she is the one from Barcelona, Spain. And it's a very diverse team for the RedHawks, and it's going to be an exciting matchup for us tonight on WXOU Sports. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and buckle up and enjoy the ride as both teams are getting their final huddle in. RedHawks already on the court, ready for action, while acting head coach Deanna Richard of the Golden Grizzlies gets one last word in for their team. And I could tell the vibes were good before the game as the team was rather cranking that Soulja Boy during some of the pregame warm-ups. Coach Deanna Richard getting into it as well for a little bit here. So the vibes are good for the Golden Grizzlies, looking to get back into action on the blacktop. As mentioned, this will be their final regular season non-conference game as they will be starting back in the Horizon League at home next Friday against Northern Kentucky. So be sure to stay tuned to WXOU for that. And be sure to go to our website, WXOU.org, for all your information, game summaries, and everything you need to know from your favorite college radio station. We got Miriam Ibizum and Jaden Scott in the center of the Golden Grizzly logo of the famous blacktop. Ball is up, won by the RedHawks, and we are underway here in the OU Credit Union Arena. RedHawks have it on the far wing. It's over to Edwards on the close wing. Inside right away is to Treader for the easy layup on the left side. Golden Grizzlies will be carrying it up now. Brooke Quarles-Daniels, the former freshman of the year of the Horizon League, dumps it off to Linda Van Schaik. Up at the top now is Miriam Ibizum. Guarded by Treader, passing off to the point guard. She goes in, bodied up, as she kicks it out to Alexis Johnson, who takes it in herself, stops on a dime for a floater, can't get it in, but Miriam Ibizum is there for the offensive rebound, can't quite put it back in, and it is back now to the RedHawks. The RedHawks come in with speed, On the inside is Scott, who gets the ball stripped away by Linda Van Schaik. And a foul on the RedHawks. Number 24, Maddie Hun, as Van Schaik was carrying it up the court. A reach-around foul. That'll be an inbound for the Golden Grizzlies. Quarles Daniels in the center of the Grizzly logo. We'll bring it to the top, turn away, give it to Linda Van Schaik on the close wing. Thinking about where to go, cuts inside, spins around, right side, and layup is good for Linda Van Schaik. Tie game 2-2, minute and some change into the game. Miami, Ohio. Finds some empty space in the paint. Layup is no good. And it will be out of bounds for Oakland. Right away, Dana Richard, acting head coach of the Golden Grizzlies, not happy with how easily Miami was able to enter the paint, but the Golden Grizzlies got away with one. Golden Grizzlies will continue with it. Quarles Daniels carrying it up against Hurho, Barcelona native. Close swing is still Quarles Daniels. Kicks over to Markiah McCormick at the top for three, and she sinks it for the first three of the game for the Golden Grizzlies. 5-2, 8:20 on the clock. RedHawks have it open. Three on the close swing, no good. Offensive rebound by Scott. Oakland looking to get it to get it inbounds rather. They successfully do so as it bounced off a RedHawk. There will be a foul assessed to Nuria Hurho that will give possession back to the Golden Grizzlies. Still 5-2, 8-1. That's already the second foul for Miami. Quarles Daniels carries it up to the close sideline. Pauses and waits for motion of her Golden Grizzlies. Goes baseline, step away, jump shot, just rolls out for Quarles Daniels. Miami now with it, carrying it across is Hurho, the leading assister for the RedHawks. Now to Edwards, back to Treader. Treader stripped away. Can the Golden Grizzlies grab it? Not before a foul is called on Quarles Daniels for a little bit of extracurricular aggression while going for the loose ball. This will give possession to the RedHawks on the far sideline in scoring territory. Already getting a little bit chippy. Hurho within the far sideline will dump it off to Hun. Hun to Scott, Jaden Scott that is. Edwards for three, can't quite make it from the close swing, and McCormick with the rebound gets it taken away by Treader, and the RedHawks are back at it. Barreling towards baseline is Edwards running into Van Schaik, and Van Schaik draws the foul, giving it back to the Golden Grizzlies. That's now 3 fouls for Miami in the opening 2.5 minutes. Alexis Johnson on the inbound. And it's to Brooke Quarles Daniels. Carrying it across. Guarded by Hurho. Now to Markiah McCormick in the close swing. Almost the corner. Pass it to Abizam. Fakes 2 handoffs, then gives it to Quarles Daniels. Cutting center. Floater no good. Partially blocked by Hurho. They'll be out of bounds for Miami. And we already have substitutions. Number 10, Jaden Scott returns to the game, along with her sister, Jada Scott. We'll do our best to separate the two during the broadcast here, auditorily, that is. Miami's got it. Edwards almost open for three. Passes inside to Jaden Edwards. Open three for Edwards again. And the Golden Grizzlies have it now in the quarter. Open is Alexis Johnson. Three-pointer off the heel towards the left side and out of bounds. Still 5-2, 6:41 on the clock. Both Jaden and Jada Scott, graduate students from Cincinnati, on the court right now for the RedHawks. Corey Lard substituted in for Edwards on Miami's side. Golden Grizzlies pass it now at the top is Linda Van Schaik. Looking for a pass, dribbles, gives it to Alexis Johnson, gives it back to Van Schaik in the close corner, steps away, 2-point jumper will go off the side of the backboard and go out of bounds. Van Schaik didn't see where the ball was going after the shot. Pause in action here as Miami gets ready to inbound it. Corey Lard The 5'9" junior from Davenport, Iowa, will inbound the ball. RedHawks being pressed closely, trying to get across half court. Can they do it? Time's running out. They better do it quick. Lard with it, and they got caught. 10-second violation. Now I'll give it back to Oakland on the close sideline. Giovanni McCormick to take it. 5-2, still Oakland with the lead. 6:16 on the clock of the first quarter. Charles Daniels with it, far sideline, gives it to Van Schaik, sweeping to center. Giovanni McCormick at the free throw line, dribbling around, goes to the right side, fakes right, goes left. Left-handed layup is no good and swatted out of bounds. And it's going to stick with Miami. Corey Lard to inbound once again. We got some more substitutions. Matty Hun going in, or to the sideline rather, for Edwards coming back in for the RedHawks. Lard takes it up with speed just to make sure they get it across half court, I'm sure. Edwards almost wide open for three. Ball is stolen by Alexis Johnson. She takes it all the way. Right-handed layup. No good, but Charles Daniels is there. Can she put it back in? Not quite. An open opportunity by the Golden Grizzlies, not capitalized on. Now back to Miami. Jorge at the logo. Heading towards far sideline, it's Lard. Far wing, over to Scott. Now to Edwards. Inside is Lard, cutting across. Now on the close sideline. In the paint is Jay Scott. Caught for traveling in the paint. Pretty sure you can't do that, and my man Kevin Beers, the PA announcer beside me, will happen to agree with that statement, as well as the pep band. Alexis Johnson with the inbound. Score still frozen at 5-2. Now 5:20 on the clock. We see Maddie Skorupski substituted in for the Golden Grizzlies. She had a career-high 19-point game against Central Michigan in that 20-point comeback. As Linda Van Schaik cuts to the right side, is fouled by Jada Scott. Being number 12, Jada Scott, just to be sure. Kennedy Montiel will come in for Alexis Johnson. So on the court right now for the Golden Grizzlies, Izzy Beezum, Montiel, Van Schaik, Skorupski, and Quarles Daniels. Inbound by Oakland in the scoring zone. Linda Van Schaik underneath the basket, guarded by Edwards. Can't get any space. Called for traveling with back up against Edwards' defender. So far, both Oakland and Miami are on a little over 3-minute scoring droughts here. Oakland 0 of their last 7 field goals, and Miami 0 of their last 5. Ball's in the paint now for Miami. And Shredder will get it again. Now the sole scorer for the RedHawks. 5-4, 4:45 in the first quarter. Quarles Daniels with it, dancing with it against Jorge. Cuts it across to Montu, loses the ball. Back to Quarles Daniels at baseline. Kicks it out to the far corner to Van Schaik for 3. Off the back iron, a little bit too much on it. And the RedHawks coming back with speed with an opportunity to gain the lead. Wide open 3 at the top. Rattles out. That was Treader on the shot. Golden Grizzlies back now with it. One of their last 7 is Miami. Montiel for 3. Close swing. No good. Quarles Daniels with it in the down low in the paint. Montiel, can she go for it again? She cuts baseline instead. Ball swatted away by Lard. But it'll be a foul on number 10, Jaden Scott. And that's going to be immediate timeout here. The under 5 has arrived at the 4:03 mark. Score is 5-4. Golden Grizzlies with the lead. And both teams just feeling each other out, seeing where they can score. And we got some figuring out to do for the rest of the first quarter. We'll be right back on WXOU Sports. Golden Grizzlies up by 1. Welcome back, everybody, to WXOU Sports for women's basketball against the Miami, Ohio RedHawks. So far in the first quarter, 5-4 is the score. Oakland up by 1 with 4:03 on the first quarter clock. It's been a lot of not scoring so far to say the least. Oakland is 0 of their last 9 field goals. Miami is 1 of their last 7. And Miami's had 5 turnovers in the last little under 6 minutes. And overall, Oakland is in a 4-27 scoring drought. So it's been a lot of defense. It's been a lot of, we've even seen some, I would say, easier opportunities not capitalized on by both teams. So we're going to see a little bit of sharpening of the edge here in the rest of the first quarter, I'm sure, as both teams resume to action. Kennedy Montu is going to receive a couple free throws after being fouled during a shot right before the media timeout here. She'll take 2 for the first free throws of the game for both sides. First shot is up, off the back iron to the right. And while we got a moment here on WXOU Sports, let me tell you about some of our sports shows. The Round Ball Radio Show, Fridays at 5 on WXOU. Join DJ Deshawn for an all-inclusive talk and analysis on the game of basketball. Whether you like the NBA, NCAA, or Oakland Athletics, Round Ball Radio's got you covered. Tune in Fridays at 5 on WXOU. And we are already back in action. Miami had the ball stolen, and now it's back with the Golden Grizzlies as they're up 6-4. Skorupski in the close corner, directing traffic. Gives it to Quarles Daniels, sweeping across, now cuts inside, left of the paint. Does not hit the glass with a shot, and it rolls out. Back to Miami, and they're back in control. Lard with it on the far sideline, guarded by Madison Royal Davis. Porterho directing traffic. Barcelona native sweeps it across to Lard. Lard now at the top, takes right side, moves around the screen, jump shot, rolls off the front. Royal Davis struggling to get the rebound, gets it. Now Oakland's back at it. Still 6-4, 3:05 on the first quarter clock. Skorupski in the close corner, fakes a shot, goes inside. Floater's no good, rebounded by Jaden Scott. Miami back with it. We're under 3 minutes here for the first quarter. Porterho with it. Turning her back to Quarles Daniels on the logo. Ball stripped away by Quarles Daniels. It's a track meet over to the glass, and Quarles Daniels gets underneath the hand of Porterho for the layup. It's now a 4-point lead for the Golden Grizzlies. Miami back with it. Open space. Tritton with it in the paint. Bounce pass to Jaden Scott. Couldn't find open space. She takes it away. Spin move underneath the glass, and Treader is there to put it back in. A lot going on that possession. 8-6 is the score now. 2:15 on the first quarter clock. Quarles Daniels with it over to Kennedy Montu at the top. Backs it up beyond the arc. Over to Skorupski now. About the far wing. Top of the key. Worrell Davis now. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Golden Grizzlies go in. Worrell Davis, turnaround floater, no good. Cam Grant attempting the rebound. Haven't seen Cam Grant in a while as she suffered an injury right before the season start. So it's good to see the Macomb, Dakota graduate back in. Shout out to the Cougars. Class of 2020, I would know because she showed up in my yearbook apparently. Back to it now. Golden Grizzlies with it. Markiah McCormick for 3. Just off the front. Oakland trying to get the rebound. Let it roll out of bounds for Oakland's continued possession. Skorupski on the inbound. Got to find somebody. Not liking what she's seeing. Gives it to McCormick in the close corner. Goes around the arc. Directing traffic. Moves around a screen. Kicks it over to Skorupski for 3. Just off the front. And Kennedy Montu is there to get it off the ground. Skorupski with it. Goes inside. Backs out. Error pass by Montu. She was able to launch it back inbounds as she fell to the sideline, but it went back to the RedHawks. Porterho with it. Guarded by Skorupski. Treader at the top. Off-ball foul. Because I didn't see anything on the ball. Looks like that's going to be on Markiah McCormick. That's going to be possession to the RedHawks. Miami with 5 fouls. Oakland with 2. It'll be LaKersha Edwards inbounded over to Lou Brown. Over to Treader in the paint. Bounce pass to Nobody, but it stays with the RedHawks. Lou Brown at the top, kicks over to Lard. Now in the far corner is Scott, Jada Scott. Top of the key is Lou Brown for three. She buries it to get the lead for Miami. 8-9 is the score. Miami with the lead with 45 seconds left to go in the quarter. Makai McCormick, quick move to the left will get her some space as she picks up the dribble in the paint. Kicks it out to Skorupski for three. Can't match the three. Bounced off the front of the rim, and it's back with Miami. Skorupski looking for the ball against Lard. It's now over in the far wing. Lou Brown will take it back up to the Golden Grizzly logo. Coach advising to take every second of this possession. With 15 left, about a 3-second difference, the game clock and the shot clock. They are taking every second of it. 5 on the shot clock. Edwards with it in the paint. Errored pass. Shot is still up. Bounces up high and to the Golden Grizzlies. 1 second left. Montu unable to get the shot off from basically the opposite baseline. And that will finalize and solidify the first quarter of this match. Still not a lot of scoring. Neither team in double-digit scoring so far. 9-8. Miami with the lead after the first quarter. And we will go to break here on WXOU Sports. We'll bring you the second quarter of this matchup of the RedHawks and the Golden Grizzlies. Miami up by 1, 8-9 on WXOU Sports. Welcome back, everybody, to WXOU Sports. Thursdays at 10 p.m. on WXOU, it's the Eli Andrews Show. The FCC guidelines are lifted after 10 p.m., and Eli and Andrew take full advantage. Every week, they have a new guest interview, and the questions have no boundaries. Join in on the fun Thursdays at 10 on WXOU for the Eli Andrews Show. Welcome back, everybody. WXOU Sports. Giovanni Moceri riding solo for this women's basketball game between the Oakland Golden Grizzlies and the Miami, Ohio RedHawks. We remain in single digits after the first quarter. Miami up 9 to Oakland's 8. And it's been a struggle to score. Leading scorer for both sides is Amber Treader for the RedHawks, as she has 6 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, with already 5 total rebounds, and that's going to lead the floor as well, or lead the game in rebounds. As we return to play, a fresh 10 on the quarter clock, and Oakland's going to get it on the far sideline. Quarles Daniels with it now. She carries it to the right side, sweeps it over to Markiah McCormick. McCormick with it to Alexis Johnson in the close corner. Waiting for motion, back to McCormick on the close wing. It beats him in the paint. Guarded by Treader. Shot is up, off the glass, no good. It'll be back to Miami. Lou Brown with speed carries it up. Over to Edwards, who takes baseline, kicks it back out to Scott for a long two, off the back iron, and to Alexis Johnson. That being number 12, Jada Scott on the shot. Golden Grizzlies with it, barrel through the paint, lose possession in the process, and we'll give it back. Can't quite see who's going to maintain possession. Looks like it's going to be the Golden Grizzlies. Markiah McCormick set to inbound. McCormick kicks it out to Alexis Johnson. Ball is stolen on the initial pass. RedHawks with it. Lard takes it all the way by herself, and it's tapped away, pickpocketed by Brooke Quarles-Daniels with a sweep behind the back dribble across the court. Kicks it out to Alexis Johnson, batters her way into the paint. Backs into one of the RedHawks. That being Lou Brown. Hennessy Lou Brown, that is. That's a sweet name. And we got some substitutions for the RedHawks. Hurho makes her way back to the court as Miami maintains possession with it. Bounce pass over to Edwards. Close sideline, comes with speed. Gives it back to Hurho on the logo. Touchdown pass to the paint. And it'll go to Jada Scott. Shot is up, rattles off the back iron. Offensive rebound will put it back in for the RedHawks. That being Treader in the paint, excuse me. 11-8, Miami now with a 3-point lead. Golden Grizzlies in the paint, it's Quarles-Daniels all by herself. Layup's no good, off the glass and out of bounds. Still struggling to get efficient offense on both sides as Kiani Westbrook makes her way to the court, substituting in for Miriam Ibiza. Kiani Westbrook, a new addition for the Golden Grizzlies from Augusta, Georgia, transferred from Tennessee State. Golden Grizzlies with it. Top of the key now is Quarles Daniels. Makes her way to the paint. Pass over to Westbrook, then to Johnson. Johnson with it. Dances around. Fadeaway jumper is good for Alexis Johnson to bring the Golden Grizzlies to double-digit points. 11-10, RedHawks still with the lead. Miami with it. Hordho on the far sideline to Hennessy Lou Brown. Back over to the Spaniard. Directing traffic, moves around a ball screen. And that's going to be a foul. Foul on Jaden Scott for a moving screen. Knocked over the other number 10, Markai McCormick. And gives possession back to the Golden Grizzlies. That's the first foul on Miami's side. Oakland already with one. Oakland will keep it. Far sideline. Say about halfway through the non-scoring territory, non-scoring half of the court. A little bit of pause in action here. Now they inbound it. Golden Grizzlies with it. Entry pass over to Kiani Westbrook. High jumper to grab it. Sweeps it across to McCormick. McCormick goes in. Couldn't get the jump up before bashing and crashing into Hennessy Lou Brown. She's been about that action tonight. She's been taking all the contact and drawing the fouls well to get the ball back to her team. Miami back with it. Porho gives it over. It's Treader on the baseline. Poked out of bounds by Kiani Westbrook. And we have a Golden Grizzly substitution. Markai McCormick comes out for Jasmine Dubry-Hebert. We received the notes after the last game by Mr. Dubry-Hebert, if you will, that we've been saying the last name wrong the whole time. So today we get the correction for Jasmine Dubry-Hebert. There's a battle in the paint. Miami looking to score plenty of rebounds for Amber Treader. She's called for traveling in the effort. She exclaims a, "What? What? Me?" Something like that. And the "you can't do that's" are flying here in the arena. Quarles Daniels with it. Score still 11-10. Miami with the 1-point lead. Oakland with it. Van Schaik at the top of the key. Fakes a three-point shot. Spins around in the paint. Right side layup. Not enough on the glass. And that's going to bring it back to Miami. They come with speed. Hun with it. Pass over to Hurho, who gets the layup with speed to increase the lead to 3. 13-10, Miami, Ohio. Kiani Westbrook in the paint, one-on-one against Treader. Shots up, no good. Foul called. That's going to be on number 7. Or rather, number 25, Kennedy Montu. And I personally took Italian classes at Oakland, didn't quite take American Sign Language, nor did I take referee sign language. So sometimes they trip me up. But either way, that's going to result in fouls. Or either way it goes, it's going to result in free throws for Kiani Westbrook. First one's good. Score now 13-11, 6:57 on the second quarter clock. Second one incoming. Both teams with 2 fouls so far. Shot is up. Shot is good. 2 for 2 for Kiani Westbrook. Score now 13-12. So this is just about the lowest scoring game we've called here on WXOU. We've seen some high scoring games like those against Cleary and Madonna, but this is the entirely different end of the spectrum. Miami with it, 15 on the shot clock. They're zipping it across everywhere. Treader with it in the close swing will give it to Scott. Scott runs through the paint, up for the layup, and is fouled on the way up. That's going to be a foul on Kiani Westbrook. That's going to be the third foul for Oakland. And that's going to send number 12, Jay Duscott, over to the free throw line. The referee is giving a polite explanation to the Oakland coaching staff, and actually a polite thumbs up, unless it was sarcastic. Shot is up for the free throw. Shot is no good. And angst and frustration on the face of Jada Scott after that. And the crowd is shouting for a repeat. A do that again for the missed free throw. Shot is up. Shot is good. The request has been denied. 14-12, 6:35 on the clock for the second quarter. And be sure to stick around as we'll have an interview with assistant coach Crystal Davis of the Golden Grizzlies. So be sure to stick around at halftime. 3-point shot for Oakland, taken by Van Schaik. Bounces off the back iron, back into the hands of the RedHawks before a foul's called again on Keani Westbrook. And that's going to be the fourth foul for the Golden Grizzlies. And that's going to be the second personal foul on Westbrook. And keep an eye on that throughout the game. Lou Brown trapped on the Grizzly logo, able to get the pass out. Now back to Lou Brown. Now over to Hun. Far wing, entry pass to Treader. Swarmed by Golden Grizzlies, and she still makes the spin around layup on the right side. Man, oh man, they're going to need an answer for Treader. Quarles Daniels with it. Goes inside, finds a wide open Alexis Johnson for three. No good. Rebounded by Van Schaik. Keeps the possession going. Dubreuil-Hébert over to Quarles Daniels. 13 on the shot clock. Back to the top is Hébert. Dubreuil-Hébert over to Quarles Daniels. Moves around the screen. 4 on the shot clock. Got to get it up. Up and no good. Rebounded. Jump shot no good for Quarles Daniels. Oakland with a trap. Successful. Almost successful. Oakland was the last one to touch it out of bounds. Mary Mabizem will re-enter the court for Keani Westbrook, I'm sure, to manage the foul situation. Miami back with it. Jada Scott with it. Kicks it back out to Lou Brown. Lou Brown looks around, takes the far side. Far corner. Bounce pass in the middle to Edwards. Can't get the left-handed shot up. And Linda Van Schaik reaching for that one. Able to get the rebound. Dubreuil-Hébert with it at the top. Takes a move to the right. Spins around looking for a kick out. Finds Van Schaik, who takes it in the middle herself. Right-handed layup on the left side will go out of bounds. And that's going to be Oakland's ball out of bounds. Went back from media timeout. The score 16-12 with 4:44 on the second quarter clock. On WXOU Sports, we'll be right back with the rest of the second quarter. Welcome back, everybody, to the OU Credit Union Arena for WXOU Sports' presentation of Oakland University women's basketball. Miami up by 4, 16-12 in the second quarter, 4:44 on the clock. And Oakland with possession off an inbound. It's Skorupski at the top. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Golden Grizzlies got to hurry. A fake move in and out for the layup is Maddie Skorupski. Skorupski scored 19 points in the comeback win against Central Michigan. It was a catalyst in that over 20-point comeback the Golden Grizzlies had, and a silence hushes over the arena as the Golden Grizzlies in clear pain. That is, I believe, Brooke Quarles-Daniels. Man, oh man, you hope that she's okay. That is huge for the Golden Grizzlies. She gets up under her own power, clearly roughed up, talking with the trainer as she walks off the court. The former Horizon League Freshman of the Year and second team All-Horizon League member will walk over to the training room. I didn't quite see the play that caused it, and I believe looks like the referees are checking to see if any foul play was involved in it, but either way, it's Bad news for the Golden Grizzlies is they are within 2, 16-14, 4:33 on the clock. Team's going to take a moment here as the referees review the play. Kennedy Montu will take the place of Quarles Daniels. Quarles Daniels known for her dedication and focus on the team and has instantly became a huge piece of leadership for the Golden Grizzlies. I've talked to her on multiple occasions. There's been had an interview with her on the Jomo show, and she lived up to it. All about business. Very professional athlete and has a bright future with the Golden Grizzlies. We just hope that she's okay. But back to the blacktop here. Once again, 16-14 is the score. 4:33 on the clock for the second quarter. And be sure to stay tuned as I'll have a chat with assistant coach Crystal Davis talking about the first half. Perhaps we'll mention the low scoring of the effort on both sides. What has been working on offense? What has been working on defense? And how do you stop Amber Treader, who is already near a double-double, and it hasn't even been 20 minutes yet? So we'll ask Coach all about that at the halftime interview. Meanwhile, action here on the blacktop. RedHawks with it. Lou Brown directing traffic on the logo. Sweeps it around to Hahn. Now to Treader in the close swing. Sweeps it around. Bounce pass over to Jada Scott. Takes it to the right side. To the layup. Too much power off the glass, and the Golden Grizzlies have the rebound. With a chance to tie, this possession could be crucial. Skorupski with it on the close swing will bring it up to the top. We'll now bring it to the left side to Montu. Sweeps around. Debris Hebert. Now bounce pass to Skorupski for three. She gets the three and the lead for the Golden Grizzlies. 17-16, 3:40 on the second half clock. RedHawks now with a Lou Brown against Skorupski. Sweeps it across to, now back to Lou Brown. Jada Scott with it at the top. Edwards, surrounded by Golden Grizzlies. Struggled with the pass in the paint is Jada Scott. And it's a battle for the rebound underneath the basket. Jump ball is called. Miami will maintain possession of it. Oakland currently 4 fouls. Miami with 2. And a Scott for Scott substitution rather. We will now have Jaden Scott in for Jada Scott. Hope you guys are able to separate them from the audience perspective. RedHawks with it. Open layup on the cutting pass over to Maddie Hahn. We'll get the lead back for Miami, 18-17. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Alexis Johnson in the corner for three. Off the outside rim. And another jump ball called as Mary Mabizem had an iron grip on the ball at the rebound. And Oakland will maintain possession with that arrow. And look at that, Brooke Quarles Daniels right back in for the Golden Grizzlies. She'll substitute in for Jasmine Dubry-Hebert. Applause rolls over the crowd. Good to see that she's doing all right. As Maddie Skorupski ready to inbound. Needs to get it out quick. All the way to half court to Quarles Daniels. And that'll be 17 on the shot clock. Golden Grizzlies with it. Three-pointer by Skorupski is made with pinpoint accuracy by Maddie Skorupski. That's her second three of the game. 2 threes in the first half. How about it? RedHawks back with it. Oakland with a 2-point lead, 20-18, with just under 2.5 to go in the half. Scott, layup, no good. Too hard off the glass, and the Golden Grizzlies are back with it. Skorupski will take it baseline, step back. Looking over to the top, rolling it over to Quarles Daniels. Spin move, left-handed layup, good for Quarles Daniels. That's a 4-point lead for the Golden Grizzlies. Quarles Daniels, that's her second shot of the game, 2 of 9 from the field with 4 points total. RedHawks now with it, 15 on the shot clock. And Trenton with it, will give it to Scott. Left-handed layup is good. And it is now 22-20. 90 seconds to go in the first half. Quarles Daniels with it to Skorupski, close wing. Over to the top is Montu. Entry pass to Abizam, left side. Kicks over two. Alexis Johnson cuts in, layup. And the lead is back to 4. Golden Grizzlies, 3 of their last 3 field goals. RedHawks with it, just over 60 seconds to go. Treader will give it to Scott, swatted away by Miriam Abizam. Quarles Daniels with it, stops on a dime, jump shot, just rolls out at the free throw line, or from the free throw line rather. 24-20, Oakland with the 4-point lead. Play call received by the coach, Glenn Box. Entry pass over to Treader, gets the layup. She must be stopped for the Golden Grizzlies defense. She is 6 of 10 from the field already with 12 points in the first half. Kennedy Montiel with it. Top of the key. 3-second difference. Shot clock, game clock, or half clock rather. Oakland's going to bleed the time off the clock. Skorupski goes up for a layup and lands. Lands on Amber Treader with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. That'll be Oakland's ball inbounding on in the scoring net, underneath the scoring net. 8 seconds in the possession, 13.2 game clock. Another 4-second difference. Pass over to Alexis Johnson, 5 seconds to go. Johnson in left hand, trying to scoop it up from underneath for the layup. Couldn't get it up to the glass. And a foul is called to give Alexis Johnson a couple of free throws to make up for it. Oakland up by 2, 24-22, 8.8 to go in the first half. Once again, stay tuned for my halftime interview with Crystal Davis. First one's good for Alexis Johnson. 25-22, Oakland extends their lead to 3. Second one is missed, 8 seconds left. Miami's got to figure out something to get the last shot off, and it's intercepted by Quarles Daniels. Then taken again by Scott. Lou Brown couldn't get the shot off before the clock expired. And that will conclude the first half here, 25-22. Oakland with the lead and a low-scoring effort so far. We're on pace for about a 50-44 game here. And I'll be joined here by assistant coach Crystal Davis of the Golden Grizzlies to chat about that first 20 minutes. Welcome, Coach Crystal Davis, to the broadcast. So it's been a low-scoring effort so far in the first half. So what's missing on offense so far?
Making shots. That's the big key thing. We're getting the shots that we want. We're getting looks in the paint. We're getting shots off of kickouts because we knew they were going to collapse. We got to step up and knock it down, especially through contact.
And then Amber Treader is already near a double-double in this game. What do you got to do to slow her down?
Get her out of the paint. We're allowing her to go wherever she wants to go inside. We got to battle early with her, and then make sure we box her out.
And then on a lighter note, with both sides having a little bit struggling to score, what's been going right on defense?
We're being aggressive, especially in our press, getting them to turn it over, rushing them. By the time they get over half court, there's about 15 to 20 seconds left on the shot clock, so they're kind of scrambling to get into what they want to do, which is working. But on the other end, we got to capitalize on the offensive end.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Assistant Coach Crystal Davis of the Golden Grizzlies. And it's going to be an exciting second half so far. That defensive aggression working for the Golden Grizzlies. And the key for the second half, keep Treader out of the paint. So far, she has 12 points and 10 rebounds. That's right, already at a double-double for the game so far. She leads the floor in points and in rebounds for the Golden Grizzlies. 4 points is the scoring leader. Or excuse me, wrong stat category. Looks like 8 points will lead the Golden Grizzlies. Maddie Skorupski, 3 of 6 from the floor and 2 of 4 from 3 will get her that 8 points. No free throws needed for it. We'll be back on WXOU for a quick look at the rest of the stats and keys for the second half on WXOU Sports. Be sure to subscribe to WXOU Sports on YouTube for all things sports from your favorite student radio station. Interviews, highlights, and full game broadcasts all uploaded to WXOU Sports on YouTube. Just search WXOU Sports on YouTube and then make sure to hit subscribe to not miss anything from WXOU. So welcome to the halftime show for tonight's women's basketball matchup of the Oakland Golden Grizzlies and the Miami, Ohio RedHawks. It's been a very defensive game so far on both sides. Score 25-22, Oakland with a 3-point lead. Taking a look at some of the stats, the standout player of the half is definitely Amber Treader of the RedHawks. 6 of 10 from the field with 10 rebounds and a total of 12 points. That's right, she already has a double-double in the first 20 minutes of play. And I asked assistant coach Crystal Davis about it. What do you got to do to slow down Treader? And she said very simply, got to keep her out of the paint. Because that's where she's been scoring. That's where the action's been happening. So they got to do a better job of making sure that she's contained. And I've been seeing the Golden Grizzlies swarm her on defense when she's in the paint. She'll still get the shot up, unfortunately, so there's going to have to be some adjustments there. But the key is going to have to be to keep her out of the paint because that's where the work is done. Moreover, for the RedHawks, honestly, the scoring, besides the 12 points from Treader, it's just been a kind of spread out of the rest of the 10 points. You have 2 points from Nora Huro. You had 2 points from Maddie Hun. You had 3 points from Jada Scott and 3 points from Hennessy Lou Brown. So it's really been, let's say a one-headed monster in Amber Treader. RedHawks have shot 38.5% from the field so far, but only 20% from 3. Moving on now to the Golden Grizzlies. They're scoring a little bit more spread out. Maddie Skorupski leads the Golden Grizzlies in scoring with 8 points off of 3 of 6 from the floor and 2 of 4 from 3. And otherwise for the Golden Grizzlies, Alexis Johnson with 5 points. You have Brooke Quarles-Daniels with 4 points. And otherwise, it's a couple of 1s and 2s across the board. Not as much offense as we have been used to seeing from the Golden Grizzlies in any of the games that we've covered here on WXOU. For example, for the first quarter, it was 9-8. Miami, Ohio with a 1-point lead. And then in the second quarter, both teams scored, double digits, thank God. And in the second half, Miami scored 13 and Oakland scored 17. So the offense is a little bit back to life a little bit. And we'll be getting ready to see more of that in the second half. And one other thing that I want to make sure that you guys are aware of is the turnovers so far for both sides. Miami, Ohio has turned the ball over 12 times so far in the first half compared to Oakland, only with 6. And 7 of those 12 turnovers have come off of Oakland steals. So that aggressiveness that we heard from Crystal Davis, that aggressiveness on defense to kind of drain the shot clock before they're even set, has been working for them because it's resulted in turnovers and extra possessions. And overall, it's built a 3-point lead so far from the first half. So we'll be right back on WXOU Sports, 88.3 FM, Auburn Hills, Michigan, Oakland University, station identification features stuff. We'll be right back for the second half in just a moment on WXOU Sports. Welcome back, everybody, to the OU Credit Union Arena on WXOU Sports. Giovanni Moceri flying solo for you guys for the Golden Grizzlies and the Miami, Ohio RedHawks. After 20 minutes, the score is 25-22 in what is a defensive battle, and points are scarce. Second half will be resuming, starting, and commencing in just a few seconds here. But I want to make note here that in the first quarter, both teams scored under 10 points. Miami led the first quarter with 9 to Oakland's 8, but then the scoring really picked up. Miami scored 13 and Oakland scored 17 in the second quarter alone. So there's hope for the offense coming back to life here in this game. And we started with Miami, Ohio, with possession here. Hudho with it against Brooke Quarles-Daniels, guarded closely and poked out of reach is an entry pass, looking for Treader, and it was poked out by Alexis Johnson. She'll be called for the foul on that one for a reach around. And that's going to give it back to Miami, Ohio with a fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock. Hudho with it, the close swing. We'll give it to Treader at the top, guarded by Alexis Johnson. Sweeps it around to Hun. Hun will pause, go to the top, fake to the left, give it to Hudho. Going back and forth. Now it's baseline to Scott. Scott goes inside against Ibizam. Right-handed layup, reached all the way around and is good to bring Miami within 1 point. That was number 10, Jaden Scott. Oakland back with it. Brooke Quarles-Daniels to Alexis Johnson. The close wing. Back to the top is McCormick. McCormick cuts in, goes for a pass, looking for Ibizam in the paint. Stolen away by Hudho. And she'll take it. Wide open three, faked by Edwards. And she stopped on the free throw line. Jump shot, swatted away by Linda Van Schaik, but she'll be called on the foul for it. And that's going to give Edwards a couple free throws. Oakland with 2 fouls so far in the quarter, just after 1 minute. Shot is up, shot is good for Edwards. Second one coming right up. Be sure to stay tuned to WXOU Sports all season long for all your Oakland University sports, not only men's and women's basketball, but baseball and softball as well. So be sure to stay tuned all semester long for WXOU Sports to not miss anything. Oakland back with it. Ibizam at the top. Cradling the ball. Gives it to Alexis Johnson. She goes to the top. Entry pass to Ibizam. Swatted away by Scott. Miami with it. It's Treader in the paint. Easy left-handed layup for Treader. Treader still leading the floor in scoring. That's 14 for her so far. Quarles-Daniels. Far sideline. Oakland scoring to my left. Alexis Johnson with it, cuts in the paint, bounce pass over to Ibizam. Ibizam couldn't see it coming before a travel called on Alexis Johnson. That's going to give it right back to Miami. 28-25, Miami, 3-point lead. Miami looking for a pass from Edwards to Treader, and it hit nobody except the sideline. Madison Royal Davis will substitute out for Alexis Johnson. Still 28-25, 8:14 of the third quarter clock. Oakland will inbound it, and it's Quarles-Daniels. Carrying it to the right. Will spin around, kick it out to Royal Davis. Sweeps it across to McCormick. McCormick will go in, kick out to Davis. Over to Van Schaik. Van Schaik over to McCormick again. Cut in into 2 RedHawks. Picked up by Miriam Ibizam, who put the shot up. Still surrounded by 2 RedHawks. Couldn't even get the ball above her head. Amber Treader will be called for a foul on it, however. And that's going to give 2 free throws to Miriam Ibizam. She makes sure to go to the sideline to wipe off her hands before taking the shot here. That'll be 2 free throws for Miriam Ibizam. This game break is brought to you by the power of college radio. Are you sick of the same old songs on the radio, looking for something fresh and exciting? Well, look no further than your local college radio station, much like WXOU. College radio is where the magic happens, baby, where undiscovered talent shines, and where you can tune into the next big thing in music, news, entertainment, and, of course, sports. From indie rock to hip-hop, from thought-provoking discussions to groundbreaking interviews, college radio is the place to be. So be sure to tune in all the way left to 88.3 FM WXOU Sports. And a foul called on Madison Royal Davis for the Golden Grizzlies off of an inbound from Miami. That'll be the 3rd foul for Oakland in this quarter. Miami only with 1. Miami with it. And just like assistant coach Crystal Davis said, got to make him take a long time to get past half court. And already they're down to 20 seconds. They haven't even established the offense yet. Woodhull with it, goes inside and backs out. Takes it from the top to the left side. Funky looking layup. Halfway between a layup and a jump shot. Didn't touch the glass in the right way, went across and out of bounds back to Oakland. 28-26 with 7:25 in the third quarter. Quarles Daniels on the far sideline with it. Will go inside looking for a kick out, finds McCormick. McCormick hesitates, didn't find enough space for the shot. She'll bring it to Abizam at the free throw line. Over to Van Schaik, sweeping across to the far right. She cuts inside, surrounded by RedHawks. It was 1-on-3 over there. Oakland will maintain possession of it, but Oakland's got to pick up the offense so far. Only scored a single free throw in the past about 3 minutes. Meanwhile, Miami, Ohio is able to gain the lead. Oakland with it. Van Schaik underneath. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by the RedHawks. And Miami will take it. Borthole, close wing. Over to Treader at the top. And then over to Scott. Sweeps around to the corner to Edwards for three. She gets it to extend the lead for the RedHawks. Score now 31-26. 6:45 in the third quarter clock. Oakland with it in a rush. Quarles Daniels in the paint, up and over and in for the former freshman of the year of the Horizon League. Miami now with it. Hurho able to gain some space over to Edwards. Worrell Davis now making it easy. Trapped at the logo before they kick it back out. It's the close corner for three. Overshot it is Jada Scott. And Oakland carries it across. Micaiah McCormick for three on the close wing. No good and out of bounds. And that ball is going to go to Miami. We see Keani Westbrook and Maddie Skorupski in for Van Schaik and Abizam out. Hunt will come in for Jada Scott for Miami side. The score 31-28, 6:09 in the third quarter. Left in the third quarter, rather. Miami now with it. Trying to get across. Gonna need some fancy dribbling. Just get across half court. Borthole with it. Takes it all the way. Left side and good. Miami now up by 5. 33-28. 5:50 in the third quarter. Let's go Oakland roars through the crowd. Skorupski with it at the top. A little bit of bump. And Deanna Richard expecting a call for that one. Oakland still with it. Top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Quarles Daniels cuts in. Gives it to Keani Westbrook. Wide open underneath for a layup. To break is 33-30. Miami still with the three-point lead. Struggling to get across half court. They couldn't even get it to the logo. Until now, Jorge with it. Bounce pass in the paint to Scott. Falls on it. Treader with it. Can she get the shot in? She can't. And Oakland with a successful stop on defense. Here's a chance to cut into it. Westbrook in the paint. Double teamed. Who can she kick it out to? Nobody. And a travel called. Within the trap. Score 33-30. 4:54 going into this media timeout. Offense has picked up. However, some work still needs to be done by the Golden Grizzlies as they're down by 3. 33-30. And we'll be right back here after this media timeout on WXOU Sports. Welcome back, everybody, to the OU Credit Union Arena on the Blacktop. It's Miami, Ohio, up by 3 over the Golden Grizzlies of women's basketball. So far in the first 5 minutes of the second half, Oakland has turned it over 4 times and have allowed Miami to score 11 while they score 5. Improvements are going to be needed coming out of this timeout, so we'll see what the Golden Grizzlies do. Amber Treader still going, 14 and 11 so far, 7 of 12 from the field, 3 offensive rebounds included. Some work needed to be done against the RedHawks, and the Golden Grizzlies are ready for it. Giovanni Moceri still riding solo for you guys on WXOU Sports. Inbound pass over to Hun by Miami, Ohio. And they make it across half court, something Oakland has been making sure to be difficult all game long. Borho with it, close swing, gives it to Edwards. Edwards over to Hun at the top. Going around to the right, ends it off in the corner. Borho with it, close swing. 5 on the shot clock. Borho goes in, double teamed, and shot's no good. Until Treader's there to pick it up and put it back in. 35-30. Coaches ain't happy about that play. Worrell Davis, close swing for the Golden Grizzlies. Skorupski moves around the screen, cuts baseline, right side, layup's no good. And a foul called on number 15, Amber Treader is caught on that one. Treader, that will be her second personal foul. Oakland with 3 fouls, Miami with 2. That foul will result in 2 free throws for Maddie Skorupski. Skorupski, these will be her first free throws of the game. First one's good. Score now 35-31. 4:08 to go in the third quarter. Shot is up. Shot is good. 2 of 2 for Maddie Skorupski. Edwards will inbound it for Miami. Borho against Skorupski. Gets across halfway. Back to Skorupski. And Borho still looking for a place to go. Cuts right side. Can't find an open lane. Bounce pass over to Treader. Guarded by Quarles Daniels. I can understand the reason to pass to her. That's about a 7-inch difference in height between Treader and Quarles Daniels. But Quarles Daniels is able to stand strong for the moment at least. Miami to inbound it. Baseline. Pass over to Scott for the jump shot is good. 37-32. Oakland's going to have to start cutting into this lead. Glenn Box and his team have done well so far. We'll see what the Golden Grizzlies got left. Skorupski at the top, moves around the screen, right side layup, high glass, no good, and that's going to be a foul again on Amber Treader. This will be a third. Johnny Westbrook a little unhappy with the play. That's going to give Skorupski her third and fourth free throws. For the former Michigan State Spartan, has been a spark plug for this team this season as a new addition. Shot is up, off the rim on the front. She'll get ready for her second free throw. Once again, I'd like to remind you guys to subscribe to WXOU Sports on YouTube to not miss anything from the broadcast, from the interviews, the highlights, bits of some of our sports talk shows. We got it all on WXOU Sports on YouTube, so be sure to hit subscribe. Open, Scott in the middle will result in an easy layup for Jaden Scott. Both Scotts on the floor right now for Miami. McCormick with it, far wing, looking to gain some space. Skorupski at the top. 15 on the shot clock. Over to Worrell Davis, sweeping around. Over to Quarles Daniels. Now Skorupski again. Fakes a 3. Takes it to the top of the key. Goes inside, looking for an open pass. Quarles Daniels, bounce pass. Couldn't tell if that was a pass to Giovanni Westbrook or if it was a shot. But either way, Quarles Daniels flew into the paint and the ball was swatted before it even got a chance to really get into the air. And Skorupski's got a little cut on her finger. Nasty looking one as the training staff's just making sure that one is properly taken care of. And it'll be free throws for Brooke Quarles Daniels. So they judge that to be a shooting foul. First shot is up. First shot is good for Brooke Quarles Daniels. Score now 39-33, 2:50 to go in the quarter. We got one more coming up for Quarles Daniels. Shot is up. Shot rattles out on the left side. Shoot. Don't say I didn't jinx it. Don't say I did jinx it because I didn't. And it's stolen almost by Quarles Daniels. Couldn't keep possession of it, and it stays with Miami. Jorge with it at the top, guarded by Van Schaik. Bounce pass over to the corner to Scott. The other Scott in the paint will be fouled by Keani Westbrook. 4 fouls for Oakland, 4 fouls for Miami. That'll be an inbound for Miami. And they're scoring half, fresh 20 on the shot clock. Jorge with it on the far wing. Bounce pass over to Scott. That's Jada Scott. Knocks over Markiah McCormick. She'll be called for the foul on that one. Blocking foul. And that's going to be the 5th foul for the Golden Grizzlies. And McCormick will be substituted out for Skorupski. And then Kennedy Montu will come into the game as well. Not all, or almost in for Keani Westbrook, it looks like. They were trying to decide or to make sure who was coming out for who. So for the 5 on the floor during these Miami free throws, we got Montu, we got Worrell Davis, we got Quarles Daniels, we got Van Schaik, and we got Skorupski. Jada Scott, shot is up. Shot rolls out to the delight of the Grizz gang. Second one coming up for Jada Scott. The 6'1" grad student from Townsend, Georgia, will make the second one to make the score 40-33. Oakland's down by 7. Only 12-20 total in game to get back in it. Worrell Davis over to Skorupski. Skorupski will take it to the far side. On the wing, sweep across to Quarles Daniels. She'll cut inside, battling against Jorge. And that'll be a foul on number 25, Kennedy Montu. (40-33), 2:04 in the game. 5 fouls each, or rather that was a foul on Miami. This will be free throws for Quarles Daniels. Pardon me. Quarles Daniels, so far this game, has had a quiet few starts to the games, as I'm sure defenses are starting to really focus on her. Only 3 of 11 from the floor, and I will give the free throw stat afterwards out of fear of jinxing. First one's good, 40-34. Miami still with the lead. It's now down to 6. Quarles Daniels also with 5 rebounds in the game, with 3 steals included. And that will be 3 of 4 from the line for Brooke Quarles Daniels to bring the game within 5. 40-35, 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Miami with it. Shredder, far wing, will give it to Lou Brown. Inside is Edwards. She'll kick it out. It'll reach the far wing. Lou Brown with it at the top. Shot is up. Shot overshot by Hahn. Rebounded by Edwards. Layup is no good, and it will be out of bounds on the Golden Grizzlies. Miami will maintain possession. Edwards with it. Inbound. Look for Shredder. Shredder jump shot is good. Man! She wasn't even in the paint for that one. 42-35. Shredder now with 18 points and 12 rebounds. Yikes. Golden Grizzlies with it. Down by 7. Worrell Davis for 3. Too much. Rebounded by Quarles Daniels, and she puts it back in. 5'6" who? She gets the offensive glass and the putback. 42-37, back to 5 points. And there's a steal for the Golden Grizzlies. Montu with it. Open 2-point jump shot off the heel. And Coach Richard doesn't like that one. 55 seconds to go in the quarter. Miami with it. They go baseline. Hahn will kick it out to Scott. Scott fakes a 3. Entry pass to who else but Shredder. Didn't make the layup. And what's the call? It's going to be a foul on Linda Van Schaik. That will be foul number 6 for the Golden Grizzlies. This will be free throws for Amber Treader. Treader 2 for 2 from the line so far. And it will be 2 of 3 now, as she missed the first one. Shot is up. Shot is good for Treader. Excuse me, she is 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Van Schaik with it for the Golden Grizzlies. Fakes a shot at the free throw line. Holds off, gives it to Quarles Daniels, who gives it to Skorupski in the paint. Turnaround, one-legged. Shot is good for Maddie Skorupski. Skorupski now with 12 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, and 2 of 4 from the line. And a steal on top of it. Skorupski got it. Over to Quarles Daniels in transition, and the layup is good. The crowd is on their feet. The game's within 2. 5 seconds in the quarter. Lard with it. Shot is up from the corner. Overshot by Scott. And Oakland in the final seconds are able to get the game within 2 after 3 quarters. 43-41. Skorupski's been just about everything to this team tonight. Skorupski, 12 points. Quarles Daniels with 13 points. And as a team, shooting 30.4% from the floor, 21.4% from 3, compared to Miami's 41.5 and 25 respectively. But the game is not over. 43-41 will be the score as we head into the final 10 minutes of this game. Don't go anywhere on WXOU Sports. We'll be back for the 4th quarter. Welcome back, everybody, to Oakland University women's basketball on WXOU Sports. The Golden Grizzlies down by 2 against Miami, Ohio, 43-41. And the final 10 minutes start now in the 4th quarter. Quarles Daniels now with it. Top of the key. Will bring it inside. Back out, over to Van Schaik. Sweeping across, back to Quarles Daniels. Van Schaik fakes a shot, takes it inside, high off the glass, couldn't get in, but a foul will be called on Miami. That'll be number 10, Jaden Scott, for Miami on the foul. That'll be free throws for Linda Van Schaik to open the 4th quarter. 17 seconds in, and we're already at the stripe. How about it? Well, we got time here. Let me tell you about some of our other WXOU sports shows, as the first free throw is good. Thursdays at 6 is the Joe Mo Show, your home for all Oakland sports and beyond on 88.3 FM. The Joe Mo Show features weekly coverage of Golden Grizzlies, NCAA, and club sports, as well as Detroit Lions and NFL, with interviews each week with everybody involved in Oakland athletics, from athletes, coaches, staff, and even broadcasters. Listen Thursdays at 6 or at any time on YouTube and Spotify for The Joe Mo Show. Just search the GIOMO Show. Back to action here. RedHawks with it in the corner. Now to Scott in the paint. Baseline. It's going quickly, and it's stolen by the Golden Grizzlies. Madison Worrell Davis had the hand on it. Quarles Daniels with it. Tie game, 43-43. Skorupski with it. Oakland looking to take the lead here. Quarles Daniels at the top. 12 on the shot clock. Skorupski with it. Fake the three-point. Goes inside. Loses the ball. And it'll be another foul on Jada Scott. 43-43. Already 2 fouls for Miami in not even the first minute of the 4th quarter. Skorupski gets the inbound, now over to Worrell Davis on the Grizzly logo. Looking for space. Quarles Daniels sweeps around from right to left. Quarles Daniels with it. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Goes against Hurho. Up to the paint. As she went up for the first attempt, it fell right back into her hands. And what did she do? She put it right back. 45-43, Golden Grizzlies with a 2-point lead. 8:40 left in the game. Pass is swatted by Skorupski. Stays with Miami. Over in the corner is Treader. Pass over to Hahn. Dumped off to Jada Scott. Let me try that again. Over to Jada Scott. As it bounces off her hands and out of bounds. It will stay with Miami, actually. And there's some direction from the referee stalling play here. Now we're back at it. Miami with it. We'll give it to Treader. Excuse me, Torho. Over to Edwards for three in the far corner. No good. Rebounded by Madison Royal Davis. As Quarles Daniels will carry it across. Moves across to the left side. Royal Davis now with it. Skorupski fakes a shot at the top. Goes inside looking for a kick out. Kennedy Montu for three. Off on the right side. Stays with Oakland though. Quarles Daniels now with it. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. Skorupski fakes a three. Goes inside. Now goes baseline. Couldn't get the shot up. Hard fall to the ground for both Scott and Skorupski. No points on the possession. It will stay 45-43. Portho with it for Miami. Slows it down. It is now to Treader to Edwards at the top. Edwards try to get to Treader. Pass deflected by Royal Davis. Back to the Grizzlies. Quarles Daniels. Euro step. Shot is good. Oakland now up by 4. 47-43. 7:20 left in the game. Porto now with it. Edwards back to Porto at the top. Then to Hahn. Inside is now Scott. Spins around. Jump is good. Hook shot's good for Jetta Scott. 47-45. 7 minutes to go in the game. Golden Grizzlies up by 2. Royal Davis goes to the right side. Gives it to Quarles Daniels. Now to Montu. Takes up to the top. Sweeps it over to Van Schaik. Goes inside. It's handled around the neck. I saw that one. Oh, I saw that. Hook around the neck, almost pulling the hair. Nice try. That'll be Jorge called with the foul. Still 47-45, 6:45 to go. Jorge is taken out for Lard. Corey Lard, the 5'9 junior for Davenport. As Oakland will keep possession in their scoring basket. Cormick with it. Now to Montu. Montu at the top, slows it down. 15 on the shot clock. Sweeps it across to Quarles Daniels. Quarles Daniels hesitates, moves around the screen, kicks it to the corner. Royal Davis couldn't find the shot. Swarmed by Scott, takes a baseline shot, couldn't find the glass before the shot clock expires, and Miami's got it. Lard will take it across court. Treader over to Scott. Jada Scott. Inside was fouled by Madison Royal Davis. And Scott will come in for Scott. It's now Jaden Scott on the floor for Miami. And Keanu Westbrook will enter the court for, who is she going in for? For Keanu Westbrook in for Markai McCormick. Edwards now with it for Miami, set to inbound, 21 on the shot clock. It's over to Lard in the close corner. We'll take it up and across against Montu. Still in the close wing. We'll bring it now to the top. Edwards with it, and that'll be an off-ball foul on Quarles Daniels, and she exclaims, "How is that a foul?" And I agree. I didn't see what happened, let's be honest. But she disagrees with the call and is substituted out for Markai McCormick. She got like 5 seconds of rest. And Quarles Daniels getting a word from head coach Deanna Richard. RedHawks with it. It's Lard inside. Pass looking for the corner is out of bounds. Looking for Edwards in the corner, and that one kept going to the Miami bench. Score stays 47-45. Oakland with a 2-point lead. 5:50 to go. Van Schaik with it. Now at the top is Royal Davis. Back to Van Schaik. She cuts in. Right side. Baseline shot. High glass. Couldn't get it in. And it's over to Jaden Scott. Lard will take it. Lard over to Hahn. Hahn at the top to Edwards. Edwards now to the far wing. Bounce pass baseline to Scott. Spins around, jump shot, no good for Scott. Rebounded by Kennedy Montu. Still 47-45, just over 5 to go in the game. McCormick with it, sweeps it across to Royal Davis, now to Van Schaik. Keep sweeping, just keep sweeping. McCormick now with it, top of the key. Sweep again to Van Schaik, top of the key. Bounce pass over to Kiani Westbrook. She reaches the hand up to get the layup for the Golden Grizzlies. That will end the 2-minute scoring drought for Oakland as they're now up by 4, 49-45, 4:40 to go. Lard will give it to the far wing to Treader. Over to Edwards in the paint, guarded by Kiani Westbrook. Kicks it back out. Back to Edwards in the corner. Can't get the three to fall. Now it's a pass inside to Scott. She'll get the round the town layup. And that will bring us to our final media timeout of the game. Oakland up by 2 now after that layup by Scott. 49-47 with 4:22 left to go in the game. You're listening to WXOU Sports, and we'll be right back for more Golden Grizzlies basketball. Welcome back, everybody, to WXOU Sports. The game's within 2 with less than 5 to go. 49-47. Oakland up against the Miami, Ohio RedHawks. Golden Grizzlies really have picked it up since the first half. And it looks like we're going to another timeout. Okay, we'll see you guys back in a little bit. I thought we just did that one. Anyway, we'll be right back on WXOU Sports. The score stays 49-47 with 4:17 left to go in the game. We'll be right back. Now, actually, welcome back, everybody, to WXOU Sports after 2 media timeouts here. But we're not tied, but Oakland is up by 2 with under 4.5 to go in the game. 49-47, Oakland with the lead. And it will be Oakland's inbound on the opposite sideline. It'll be Markai McCormick to take it for the Golden Grizzlies. And we're back to action here. Inbound to Linda Van Schaik. Gives it back to Markai McCormick. And she'll take it up the court. Sweep it across to Quarles Daniels, who's left open, guarded by Lard. Pass to Earl Davis, now close wing. Back to Markai McCormick. McCormick, entry pass to Kiani. Surrounded by RedHawks. Got to pass to somebody. Finds Linda Van Schaik. Sweeps over underneath the baseline. Going underneath the basket was Linda Van Schaik. And I believe she must have stepped out of bounds. Or rather, it was a foul by Van Schaik. That will be her 3rd foul of the match, of the game, of the contest. And we'll bring it back to the RedHawks. Still 49-47. Now less than 4 to go. Oakland with a 2-point lead. RedHawks looking to tie or get the lead. Portho over to Scott in the middle. And the shot is poked away by Kiani Westbrook. Almost comically, it looked like she only used one finger to knock it away. Quarles Daniels now with it. Over to McCormick. Now back to Quarles Daniels in the close wing. Back to McCormick at the top. 12 on the shot clock. McCormick goes in. Hands it off to Quarles Daniels. Almost mishandled, but she'll go in. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Step away. Jumper is good for Brooke Quarles Daniels. 51-47, Oakland reaching 50 and above. Less than 3 to go. Portho with it. to Treader, now to Edwards in the corner for three, and Edwards will get the Miami RedHawks in the 50s. Oakland up by one, 51-50. 2:40 to go in the game. Van Schaik with a close swing, sweeps across. Now over to McCormick. McCormick spins in the paint. One-legged jumper is good for Markiah McCormick. RedHawks with it now, score 53-50. In the corner, Hodo looking for a pass over to Hahn. But Maddie Hahn flew way over her head. And that thing was heading for the parking lot. And we got two substitutions for the Redhawks. We got Jada Scott and Hennessy Lou Brown. Maddie Skorupski enters the floor also for the Golden Grizzlies. Charles Daniels able to find Van Schaik to relieve the defensive pressure. Now to McCormick receiving the play call. With now 2 minutes to go in the game, Oakland up by 3. This one's a nail biter. Don't go anywhere. Van Schaik with it over to Skorupski at the top, directing traffic. Moves around a screen from Keani Westbrook. Take it to the right side, surrounded. Behind the back dribble is stolen. Now Miami's got it. Lard takes it up on the close sideline. And we'll find Tredden in the close wing. It's now to the opposite wing. Bounce pass in the paint from Scott to Scott. Jaden Scott with it. Goes inside. Long-armed layup in front of the basket. Will be good. And now the game is within one. Quarles Daniels gets it across half court. Now over to Linda Van Schaik for three. Linda Van Schaik for three. From the far sideline, Linda Van Schaik increases the lead to 4. With just over a minute to go, Keani steal, and it's now Skorupski carrying it across. The order is to slow down, everybody. Coaches want everyone to slow down. Quarles Daniels now has it, 45 seconds to go, and Quarles Daniels is fouled by Lou Brown. Hennessy Lou Brown with the foul. It's going to send Brooke Quarles Daniels to the line. I will refrain once again from giving you guys her shooting from the free throw line until they're over. But I will say that Oakland is 4 of their last 4 field goals to make the score what it is right now. 56-52, 43.1 seconds to go in the game. First one no good. Second one is good. 57-52, and we got a timeout from Miami. Oakland stretching this one out to 5. 57-52. This will be a quick 30-second timeout. And correction, that will be a full timeout. We'll stick with you here on WXOU Sports. We got 43.1 seconds left to go in the game. This one's been a nail-biter all game long. It started off 9-8 after the first quarter, and you thought this game was going to be a slow defensive battle. Not so, as both teams definitely picked up the scoring in the following quarters, and it was close the whole way. No team got farther than about 6 points, I believe, in the lead. It's been close all game long, and the Golden Grizzlies on the whiteboard looking for a way to close out the game. Meanwhile, Miami is looking for a way to get those last 5 points to get them back in it. This one's a nail-biter in the event of an Oakland win. Assistant Coach Crystal Davis, but also with a player of the game. So be sure to stick around for those, as I'm excited to talk to some of the players here in the event of an Oakland win. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. 43.1 to go. Oakland up by 5, 57-52. Both teams are now ready to go. Inbound, Miami's got it. Edwards with it, takes right baseline, backs away, step away, jumper off the front rim. Can it be taken back by Miami? It cannot. A valiant effort by Hahn to keep it in bounds. We'll give it right back to the Golden Grizzlies. And Skorupski, on her way to half court, is fouled by number 24, Maddie Hahn. Hoon. That will be the second personal foul, and that will send Maddie Skorupski over to the line. And I failed to tell you guys what Brooke Quarles-Daniels was from the free throw line last time. She is 4 of 6 from the game and has gotten 20 points. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and a couple of steals. Make that 3 steals. Maddie Skorupski, no good on the first one, but good on the second one. Skorupski puts the Golden Grizzlies up by 6, 58-52. 24.7 to go. This will be a 30-second timeout called by Miami. We'll stick around for this one as well. Look around the stats so far for this game. Amber Treader, 19 points, 9 of 15 from the floor with 13 rebounds, 5 of them offensive. She's got 3 fouls so far. And 4 turnovers as well for the Golden Grizzlies. Brooke Quarles-Daniels, as mentioned, 20 points, 8 of 16 from the floor, 4 of 6 from the stripe, 6 rebounds, 3 steals. She's had a heck of a game so far. Skorupski, on the other hand, 13 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, and 3 of 6 from the stripe. We're back to action here. 24 seconds on the shot clock. The shot clock will end it. And a quick 3 by Maddie Hoon will put the game within now 3. And with just over 20 seconds to go, we're in a 1-possession game, ladies and gentlemen. Miami with 5 fouls. Oakland with 3. Another timeout called. This one has been an exciting ride the whole way through. And we appreciate you sticking around on WXOU Sports to hear the whole thing. By yours truly, Giovanni Moceri, along with Logan Pizzurro in studio for you guys on WXOU Sports. Be sure to stay tuned for the next women's home game. That's going to be next Friday, December 29th. They open up the Horizon League the rest of the Horizon League season by hosting Northern Kentucky. And that game's at 7 p.m. on WXOU Sports, so be sure to mark your calendars and tune in. Either on WXOU.org/live or on the TuneIn Radio app. Teams will go back to the floor. And now Oakland calls a full timeout, and that's where I'm going to send it to break. We'll be right back after this timeout on WXOU Sports for the final 20 seconds of this 1-possession game. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to the final seconds of this women's basketball matchup. Oakland up by 3 over Miami, Ohio. 58-55, 21.2 to go. Oakland with possession on the inbound. Brooke Quarles-Daniels, opposite side of the court, and that'll be another timeout. This one will be a 30-second timeout. Thus, we'll stick with you here on WXOU Sports. It's been timeout after timeout. I'm just as excited as you guys to get back to the rest of the action, but as it stands currently, and still, 58-55, 21.2 seconds to go. Brooke Quarles-Daniels leads the floor, leads everybody with 20 points. Second on that list is Amber Treader with 19 points. Amber Treader over 50% from the floor. Brooke Quarles-Daniels exactly 50% from the floor. Be sure to stick around to the end. In the event of an Oakland win, WXOU Sports will have an interview with a player of the game, as well as assistant coach Crystal Davis once again. Back now to action. Brooke Quarles-Daniels, far sideline, inbounds it over to Madison, or rather to Markai McCormick. Big hit on the way over, but Miami will take it. Free is made by Corey Lard to tie the game. 12.3 to go. Off of the Oakland inbound, not what they had planned. 12.3 to go. Somebody's got to score to get this one, and neither team is giving up. In this 30-second timeout, we'll give you a situation, or we'll give you a status update on the fouls. Both Scots, both Jaden and Jada at 4 fouls so far. Tretta with 3. Golden Grizzlies, on the other hand, Linda Van Schaik with 3. Markai McCormick with 3. And Kiani Westbrook with 3. Oakland with 3 fouls. Miami with 5. And this one is going down to the wire. Don't go anywhere here on WXOU Sports. As a score, tied at 58. Teams are back to the blacktop. It'll be an inbound by Oakland. Markai McCormick to take it against Amber Treader. Looking for a place to go. Finds Van Schaik on the run. 10 seconds and counting. Markai McCormick with it. Sweeps it across. Maddie Skorupski for 3. Just off on the right side. Can keep it. Kiani Westbrook did everything she could to keep it in bounds. And that will send it to overtime. Here on WXOU Sports, we get you some extra basketball as an early Christmas present. 58-58. Miami, Ohio not giving up with last-second threes, to keep them in the game, and a strong defensive possession to continue to keep that game. We're going to have an extra 5 minutes of basketball here on WXOU Sports. Don't go anywhere as we send it to break to bring you the conclusion of this game as it's tied at 58. We'll be right back on WXOU Sports. Welcome back, everybody. This is overtime on the blacktop. Miami, Ohio making a last-second 3 by Corey Lard. Her only shot of the game is the one that sends it to overtime. An extra 5 minutes added on the clock as the game is tied at 58. Oakland had the last chance for the last points of the game. Skorupski for 3 was no good. Could not be kept in bounds. Miami, Ohio took it and ran out the clock to bring us to where we are now. Overtime, not halftime, overtime. Miami, Ohio wins the tip-off. It'll go now to Scott in the far corner. Both Scots on the floor. Intercepted is the pass by Kiani Westbrook. Quarles Daniels now with it. Directing traffic against Lou Brown. Sweeps it across to Skorupski. Now over to Van Schaik. Fakes the 3. Inside to Kiani Westbrook. Back now outside, going in between Van Schaik and Skorupski. Westbrook for the far away layup. She wasn't even in the paint yet, and she decided I'll make a shortcut to get that layup. It's now 60-58. 4:15 left to go in overtime. RedHawks have it. Lard with it. Lard made the three-point shot to bring us to overtime. It's now to Lou Brown. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Treader with it in the corner. Now in the middle is Scott. Scott shot off just to the right. Rebounded by the twin sister. That one's no good either, and the Golden Grizzlies keep it. Brooke Quarles Daniels across the court. Guarded once again by Lou Brown. 3:40 to go. Oakland with a 2-point lead. Ball comes out. And Lard has it racing down the court. And she gets the equalizer once again to tie it at 60. McCormick hands it off to Quarles Daniels. Heads over to the far sideline. Back to McCormick. 3:15 on the clock in overtime. 60-60. Van Schaik over to Kiani in the middle. Westbrook battling against Treader, not gaining any ground in the paint. Over to Quarles Daniels. 5 seconds on the shot clock. McCormick fakes a 3, goes inside to Kiani Westbrook, and that's good with 2 seconds. Kiani Westbrook gets it to 62-61. with an and one opportunity on top of it. Hennessy Lou Brown called on the foul inside. One free throw awarded to Giovanni Westbrook. Shot is up. Shot off on the front and will remain 62-60 with just under 3 minutes to go in overtime. Corey Lard carries it across. Over to Tretton. Now back to the middle. It's Jaden Scott. They want to travel. Coach Deanna Richard wants a travel. We'll have to settle for a jump ball. And it looks like that's going to stay. Stay with the Golden Grizzlies. 62-60, 2:40 to go in the game. 3 RedHawks with 4 fouls. Both Scotts and Noria Huro. Kai McCormick, far wing, moves around a ball screen. Pick and roll opportunity. Gives over to Quarles Daniels to Skorupski at the top. 10 seconds on the shot clock. McCormick open for 3. Just a little bit too much, rebounded by Jay Duscott. Lou Brown will take it far wing, kicks it out to Lard. Now to Scott. Treader open for 3. Too much on it, and then it'll go to Skorupski on the rebound. 2 minutes to go. Overtime, 62-60. Golden Grizzlies with the lead. Arkai McCormick and Brooke Quarles Daniels in the backcourt, taking their time on this possession. Pass from one side to the other to Skorupski, guarded by Lou Brown. Moves around a screen by Giovanni Westbrook. Shot clock winding down. There's Brooke Quarles. Jump shot to make it 64-60. Hard with it. Now to Treader, back to Lou Brown. 1:20 to go in overtime. Oakland up by 4. Treader with it, looking for a place to go. In the corner is Scott. Entry pass to the twin sister. Spins around. Shot is blocked by Giovanni Westbrook. Second attempt is disturbed, but will be called a foul by Giovanni Westbrook. That'll be her 4th foul. Be careful. Giovanni Westbrook has been a huge piece to this overtime push by the Golden Grizzlies. Got to be careful with the 4 fouls. Free throws awarded to number 12, Jada Scott. Jada Scott, first free throws of the game. Shot is up. Shot is good. Rather, that's her, excuse me, I mixed her up with the twin sister. Jada Scott is 3 of 5 from the line. Shot is up. Shot is good. We're back within 2. 64-62, 106 to go. Oakland still with the lead in overtime. McCormick carrying it across, guarded by Jada Scott. Swarmed by RedHawks. Skorupski with it. Slows down the pace. 53 to go. 16, now 15 on the shot clock. Skorupski with it, looking for some space. We'll move around Westbrook. 5 on the shot clock. Skorupski's pushed out of bounds. And the ball will go to the RedHawks. No foul called. It's just going to simply be out of bounds. That looked a little bit rough for just a simple out of bounds play. But I'm not wearing stripes. Miami's Corey Lard will be ready to inbound it as a review will be conducted to ensure no foul play or to ensure the validity of the result of the play. Currently under review. Oakland up by 2. 64-62 with 37.4 to go in overtime. You're listening to all of it on WXOU Sports, 88.3 FM, Auburn Hills, Michigan, Oakland University. This game has been close. the whole way through. No team led by more than 6. And a slow start on offense for both teams resulted in both of them vaulting to the 60s. Game was sent into overtime, tied at 58. Oakland has scored 6. Miami has scored 4. Foul situation. Both Scott sisters are at 4 fouls right now. Tretta with 3. Westbrook for Oakland is at 4 fouls as well, with Markiah McCormick and Linda Van Schaik with 3 apiece. Clock adjusted to 40 seconds to go. Miami will still have the inbound. Looks like Edwards will be inbounding it. Looking for Lard as Oakland is set up all the way on the other side on defense. Defensive call by Deanna Richard as Lard brings it across. Bounce pass over now to the corner. Edwards for 3. Edwards gets the Hawks. Down by 1. They need it. 27 seconds left to go. Linda Van Schaik inside loses the ball to the RedHawks. They're going to call it ball. Possession will go to the RedHawks. One point down. 65-64. RedHawks get the lead with a 3-point shot by Lucretia Edward. This will be a quick timeout here to discuss the final 22.9 seconds in this game. Oakland had the overtime lead for a little bit there, but Miami caught them down by 2. Edwards was open in the far corner for 3 to get them the lead of 65-64. Golden Grizzlies need this one badly. Coming up next will be Northern Kentucky on the Blacktop on December 29th at home in the Arena. You can tune in on WXOU however you listen, either on our website or on the TuneIn Radio app. As we get back to action here, the final 22.9 seconds of this game will decide it all. Lard will inbound it for Miami. Never mind. There'll be a foul on Markiah McCormick. That's going to be her 4th foul. And right away, send the RedHawks to the free throw line. Take the free throws against an angry Oakland crowd. Jada Scott substituted in for Edwards. Maddie Hoon. A loud crowd. Shot is up. Shot is no good. The game stays within 1, but here comes the second free throw. That was Hoon's first free throw of the game. Surely she won't go 0 for 2. She will not. 1-1. Miami up by 2, 66-64. No time taken off the clock. Still 22.9 to go. Now Oakland looking to either bring it to overtime part 2 or to win this with a 3-point shot. Miami on a 6-0 run over the past 45 seconds. Now both teams share 2 players with 4 fouls. Scott sisters for Miami and McCormick and Westbrook for Oakland. Teams come out of a timeout. RedHawks are coming out first. After the free throws by Hoon to bring it up from a 1-point lead to a 2-point lead. Oakland will potentially have the final possession to bring it into overtime 2 or to win it with a 3. Quarles Daniels on the inbound. Finds McCormick. Shot is blocked. And a travel call. Traveling by Scott. Jaden Scott on the travel after the block shot of Micaiah McCormick will give it back to the Golden Grizzlies. McCormick bounce pass to Skorupski underneath the basket, looking for space. Shot is up, and shot is good. Tie game. 12 seconds to go. 66 all. Shot. Scott with it. Step back. Jumper is good in the final second. Is furious. There was a push off. The players are even saying it. I thought it was a push off. I'm saying it. They're going to review this play because you can't end the game like that. A potential push off with 0.2 seconds left. What a nail biter. This one is in the hands of the review crew. But what a shot by Scott. Number 12, Jada Scott. 12 points this game, 4 of 14 from the field, 4 of 6 from the line. 9 rebounds, 2 assists. She's had a heck of a game. Ironically, it's her sister that's the one that leads the team in scoring. But tonight is the night for Jada Scott. It looks like the call is going to stand. They're going to add half a second on the clock. So now the clock is at 0.7 seconds. Brooke Quarles Daniel set to inbound it. It's a one and done. In and intercepted. Game over. Miami, Ohio, bringing it to overtime and sealing the win with 0.2 seconds left. RedHawks win 68-66 in overtime. That'll bring the Golden Grizzlies to 4-6, and Miami gets their second win of the season. Their first win since November 27th is here on the blacktop. What an exciting game here on WXOU Sports. You heard the whole thing right here on your favorite college radio station. That's going to do it for us on the blacktop. My name is Giovanni Moceri, guiding you the whole way through this game. 45 minutes of basketball ending in a final score. Once again, 68-66, a win for Miami, Ohio. Be sure to catch the next women's game next Friday, December 29th, as Oakland will host Horizon League foe Northern Kentucky. It's been a good one here on WXOU. We thank you for tuning in. From Giovanni Moceri on play-by-play and Logan Pizzurro in the studio. We thank you very much for tuning in. Happy holidays, and we'll see you back on the blacktop soon.
This has been a WXOU production.
WXOU.